I am the Humble Seer.
Hello and welcome to the Humble Seer. So let's talk about time travel. Is the current government doing this now? Now that's interesting because people oftentimes think that time travel is something that is just governmental. It's what governments do. And that isn't the case. Everyday people time travel. Time travel is something that you are able to do in your sleep. Regular everyday people time travel. Some would say what I do is time travel. If I know things that have yet to come, well, that's about traveling to that time before or traveling back. Because traveling isn't just about the future. It can also be the past. But time isn't something that exists. If you took all the clocks away, you had no time, nothing that showed time, would the world stop? No, because time doesn't exist. But as it relates to this question about time travel, it's not about governments. It's about regular people doing it. Now, does everybody time travel? I don't see that, but I see plenty of people that do. Plenty of people time travel. All right, so let's see, what else can we get about time travel? What does this card want to tell us? Okay, so we have the Hanged Man that wanted to come out and speak. And the Hanged Man is about prophecy. It's about sacrifice, transition, uncertainty, psychic ability. And that goes to what I was saying about, what I do, just as an example, or just what somebody that is a seer does. They travel in time. But it doesn't mean that you, the viewer, cannot do that. But like I say, not everybody does. But the Hanged Man comes out and it just says that it says prophecy. It's sacrifice. It's transition. It's uncertainty. It's waiting. It's imprisonment. It's psychic ability. And many of those things relate to time travel, right? Because a person is really sacrificing themselves to put that information out, especially depending on what they're talking about. A reader can talk about people that have committed crimes. They can see things. They travel backwards and forwards. But it really boils down to psychic ability. Now, let's pull a card on government. And because, government is just a body of people like you and me. Okay, there we go. The Tower. As it relates to governments and time travel. Okay, now do governments use things like this? Absolutely 100%. But a government is rarely doing anything for the benefit of the people. It just does not operate in that way. It really oftentimes does things to the detriment of the people, which is why the Tower comes in this reading as it relates to time travel. Because again, the government is just a body of people. And so the Tower comes in and it says that it's catastrophic, it's destruction, it's shock. And so what I get from that is the government uses it for nefarious reasons. It uses it to stay ahead of the people, to stay ahead of opponents and things like that. It is more of an individual thing as it relates to time travel than a actual whole government. It's people within government that use time travel to their benefit. Sometimes it's nefarious, depending on the person, and sometimes it is positive. But a government body as a whole does things in this day and age, especially, that are more detrimental to the people. And I don't think anyone would argue that. but it doesn't mean that everything that they do is of detriment. So it's a great question, but time travel exists, and it's not only governments that are doing it. It is just because, again, governments are people. It's comprised of individuals. And I can see, before I close out, I can see things used within governments, like computer systems and things like that, that can foresee things based on data and statistics. And but I wouldn't necessarily consider that time travel. When I think of time travel, I think of physical people doing that. I wouldn't necessarily include that. However, it is a form of that, because those systems are calculating and determining, once again, based on data, what a move could be. It could even, determine wars and how one side would fare versus the other. It's like a quantum computer system is what I get. It's things like that. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the question. Fascinating. And until next time, you take good care. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Leave a comment below. Buy me a coffee if you like what I do. And we'll talk again soon. Bye.